Hey, bum, bum, bum. Welcome to KocoSports Weekly Monday Night Raw Review. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, aka Fat Dad, Dave Koco from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net. It's where the world comes to Kadash, home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And I just like to give a special thanks to Jerry O'Neill, who's been busting his ass, and hopefully the blog can go places. Sorry we're late for the live viewers. I had to wait for my babysitter. I'm sure that happened on ESPN all the time. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, I just heard an echo of myself. So, yeah, I'm sure that happens all the time. Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann and Stuart Scott run into the Sports Center studio. I haven't watched Sports Center in a while, folks. And they're like, hey, we can't go live. Waiting for a babysitter. Once the babysitter gets here, we'll go live. Well, you know what? Sad story. All right, so as always, we ask you win, loss, or tie. Down in the comments, please put win, loss, or tie. What did you think of tonight's Monday Night Raw? And I want to ask you one more thing. A question of the night here. And I watch a lot of pro wrestling. I review a lot of pro wrestling. And sometimes does it wear on you? Does it wear on you like not like, oh, I hate pro wrestling. You know, we're passionate fans. We're gonna watch it through the thick and thin and other alternatives. Lucha Underground Season 2! Woo! So we're gonna see the alternatives. We're gonna see other stuff. We're gonna be excited. But what I mean by wear on you is does just the product become so average or so bad that you lower your standards? But like to me, I think it was like maybe last week or the week before. I was like, oh, the first hour wasn't that bad. And then, like, I went back, you know, a lot of people called me out in the comments. Like, no, the first hour sucked, Dave. And I'm just like, am I getting soft in my old age? Because, like, you know, there used to be the Attitude Era. There used to be, you know, hardcore wrestling. There used to be this. But then there was just propaganda. We're like, no, that's bad. That's bad. Like, you can go see it. You're like, if you were a fan during the ECW era and maybe, like, you know, 10, 20, maybe 10, I don't know, we'll say 10 years later, they'll be like, oh, no, hardcore wrestling's not an art form. It's so weird that, like, does WWE's propaganda work on you? And does being average or bad so long all of a sudden just make it acceptable? Like, as a fan, are you like, well, you know, good job, team. You didn't suck as bad as last week, but you don't remember when they were a championship team. To make this NFL-wise, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won this week, and I was happy as shit. I was like, oh, my God, the Bucs won. But it was a shitty game. They almost coughed it up. They were fumbling like crazy. And, you know, if this game happened during their Super Bowl run, we'd be pissed. And is it just that because, like, you know, there's positive PDs. They treat their YouTube as resume for WWE. There's negative Nellies that hate absolutely everything. I'm talking about the passionate fans who show up every week. Do you think Raw and the pay-per-views are so average when something just a little above average, we're like, hey, well, you know what? It was better than last week. Are WWE fans basically Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans is what I'm asking. Do you grade it easier because, you know, you're like, well, it could be worse. Well, it has been worse. Whereas in the Attitude Era, when you were going back and forth on Nitro and Raw, you could be more vicious because there was competition and they had to do it. I'm just wondering how many fans think this is good because they've kind of been programmed into this is good. It just had me thinking because, like, you know, I come here and I'm like, oh, let me give a win-loss or a tie. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a tie. Shit happens. You know, all right. But, like, there's nothing, like, it didn't move me. I wasn't passionate. It felt like a job. Yeah, you know, my kids are off, and I could have spent time with them. But, no, I watch Raw, and this is what I do. And I just wonder if I'm the only one. Because, like, I don't want to be a fake motherfucker. There's a lot of fake motherfuckers out there that just turn it on and be like, Raw was great! Because they want the younger viewers to like the video. They want the younger viewers to come en masse because everything is awesome. And I don't want to be that. But also, I don't want to be that old guy that's just like, holy fuck, what a grind this is. Thank God for Lucha Underground, too. So my question is, Do you lower your standards because WWE has been so average so long? Or are you just like, no, fuck you, you have all the talent, you have all the money, why ain't this good all the time? Why isn't it good all the time? I would find that interesting with your win, loss, or tie. And if you give it a win, I just want to know, like, how long have you been a wrestling fan? Not to make fun of young people, but I always wondered, like, do you think, I think younger fans blindly defend WWE because they think it's an attack on their generation. Like, no, fucking you had Hulk Hogan, John Cena, blah, 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 blah. Like, is it good? Because here's the thing. Let's talk about the biggest thing. The Paige PipeBomb. Are we abusing the word pipe bomb now? I did not watch this live. I watched it, like, fast forward through the commercial. So I saw the Twitter explosion. Like, wow, a pipe bomb. She said this. I can't fucking believe it. And I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait to see this pipe bomb. Wow, I can't wait. And then I watched it, and I was like, dude, that's just a decent promo. That's not a pipe bomb. That's not amazing. It was just a fucking promo. Maybe promos have been so goddamn shitty for so goddamn long, but, go back to the NWA days. That's just a fucking promo, folks. That's a promo. That's not a pipe bomb. That's nothing amazing. It's just a promo. But are we that fucking hungry for decent promos that we over-exaggerate a decent promo? Let me tell you, cut that promo during the Attitude Era. Cut that promo during the NWA Territory days. People would be like, oh, that was a pretty decent promo by Paige. Next. But now, we are so used to the Cenas, the Ortons, the Batistas, the I can't fucking cut a promo and talk anyone into the goddamn building to save our fucking lives, that Paige says people slept their way to the top. We're like, oh my God! Pipe bomb, baby! Woo! No, it was a decent to good promo. Matter of fact, I challenge you. Just cut it out and compare it to every time you mention a pipe bomb. Cut it out, compare it to all the good promos. It was average. I don't know. That's not fair. Let's calm down there, negative old man. It was a good promo. But to me, like, all right, CM Punk's pipe bomb, I thought brought back a lot of fans, and I thought made a difference. I think anything after the CM Punk pipe bomb, we're cool. We're cool. We call really good promos pipe bombs now. We call decent promos pipe bombs. I don't get it. I don't get it. Have our standards dropped that much? And I would compare it to sports fans. If the Buccaneers win, we fucking celebrate. We, as a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, we're like, woo, go Bucs! But it really wasn't that great of a game. Was it? Are we a fucking first round draft pick type fucking pro wrestling era right now? I don't fucking get it. I don't. The pay-per-view last night was average at best with a horrible booking ending. And now it's just average. I just, as a fan, it's been fucking, through the thick and thin of so many pro wrestling companies, not just WWE. I just sit here. They have the money. They have the talent. They have the marketability. They have the market share. Why ain't they good? Why ain't they good? A lot of times people are like, oh, internet fans are greedy. Yeah, what about NFL fans? What about Hero fans? Heroes is coming back. You don't think they're greedy? You don't think they want a good show? When did I want my team, I want my show, I want my company to do good become greedy? And what are they gonna? Are we just gonna live in mediocrity for the rest of our fucking lives, lying to each other that this is fucking good? Is that the future of pro wrestling? Is that it? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I know what makes me fucking angrier is that you'll get these positive motherfucking PDs, like everything is wonderful, everything is great, and then you meet them in person and they're like, no, I really don't enjoy the product at all. And it's just like, dude, someone has to speak the truth. Someone has to speak the truth. And maybe I'm just an old guy. Maybe I'm too negative. Maybe I'm not hip. Maybe I'm not cool. Possibility. All possibilities. I just, it's just average. You have the most money. It's like being a Yankees fan in third fucking place. It doesn't add up. Best players, most money. Why? Daddy, why? Why ain't the Yankees doing good, Daddy? Why? Why? Why ain't you doing good? Why? That's it. I can. Dear Triple H, at Triple H, dear Vince McMahon, why? Why ain't you good? Why? What do you need? Do we just have to accept it's never going to be good again and lie to you? Is that what we fucking need? Is that what has to happen? I mean, granted, I've taught some dumb kids in my day. And, you know, you got to put on the teacher face, be like, oh, way to go, Timmy. Not too bad. And meanwhile, you're like, for love of God, Timmy, don't procreate. Why? They have everything. Why can't they be good? Why? It's like average has become wonderful. You know, good has become amazing. And we don't do amazing anymore. That's it. That's it. And then here's the crazy part. No one attacks the company. No one attacks the team. If let's say your favorite TV show, my favorite TV show, I don't watch much television, so it's very limited. I know there's a lot of great TV shows out there. I just don't watch much television. I watch Arrow and Flash. That's kind of like my jam. Daredevil on Netflix. That's pretty much all I keep up with. But if the next season of Flash sucks, which I'm very worried about because there's a lot they have to cover. But if it sucks, I'm not just going to blindly fucking defend it. If the Buccaneers go 1-15, I'm just not going to blindly defend it. Why do pro wrestling fans feel like they have to blindly fucking defend it? Or they have to go the other way and just hate it? Like, why? We are just in an era of average. It's just, everything is average! Wow. Great. Can't wait to fucking review this. But I'm going to go to your comments often because I'm alone and late. And so please leave your comments on Twitter at KocoSports. You can leave it at KocoSports.net, on YouTube, Google+, and Facebook. But I just want to pre-warn you. Facebook, the comments are really fucking wackety-doo. So if I missed your comment on Facebook, I promise you it's not a disrespect. It's just Facebook's like, you really don't want to see your comments? Yes, Facebook. That's fucking Facebook. Moving on. All right, we start off. We got the new Wyatt family come out, cut sort of a creepy promo, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and I'm glad the Wyatts are back together. These are guys, once again, they're back to being themselves, and I'm glad that, you know, Bray Wyatt has a team of people. I'm glad the Wyatts are back because when they separated, even though there's a new member, when they separated, all the careers, floundered. And Roman Reigns, I like Roman Reigns in the Shield. I also like Roman Reigns acting like Roman Reigns. So, sorry about that. Friggin' update. They're like, do you want to update your computer? Like, not now, champ. Not now. Calm down, Mr. Mac. And as long as Roman Reigns, I know Roman Reigns gets a lot of hate, and he deserves it. That's not fair. Maybe he doesn't deserve it, but WWE definitely deserves it. When they gave him that Slammy, from the time he won that Slammy for Superstar of the Year to WWE WrestleMania, but that time period he deserved the hate. WWE deserved the hate. It was Roman Reigns pretending to be John Cena. And maybe there's people, Kevin Dunn, or people in the back, possibly Kevin Dunn. Maybe it's Kevin Dunn, or it could be Kevin Dunn, who probably wanted to see him fail. If Kevin Dunn fucking loses, if Vince fucking steps down, Kevin Dunn has to get a real job. Good luck getting an Emmy there, champ. But yeah, so to me, Roman Reigns being Roman Reigns is cool. It cut a pretty decent promo. And it basically leads to a brawl. Dean Ambrose comes down to try to make the save, and then Randy Orton comes down. And you know what? I want to give Chris Jericho props. We give so little shit about Chris Jericho these days that me, a Randy Orton hater, they've worn me down. You know what? It wasn't John Cena, and it wasn't fucking the athlete formerly known as Chris Jericho. Fine. Fine, Randy Orton, just come on in for fucking dinner. I used to fucking hate you, but there's so many people worse than you. Come on, sit down, join us. Yeah, RKO, RKO. Everything's average, so even though I don't think you're that good, you're better than fucking 90% of the average fucking main eventer, so welcome aboard. You're above average. How does it feel, champ? Randy Orton makes the save, and they fucking brawl around the arena, and bam, I guess Randy Orton's part of the Shield. Who gives a shit? At least they fucking Chris Jericho. And that right there hurts me. Chris Jericho used to be one of my favorite fucking pro wrestlers of all time. Listen. When we sit down to watch pro wrestling, the fan mentality, even the sports entertainment fan, even the pro wrestling fan, even the internet fan, even the indie wrestler who fucking thinks he's in the business but hasn't wrestled in front of 30 guys fan, all these fucking people, they watch Monday Night Raw or they watch professional wrestling for one thing, to escape their fucking problems. And it's just, granted, I know it's the reality era, I know it's the internet era, I know that you gotta, be real on the WWE network, I understand. But the world is filled of people that are full of shit and that suck dick for a living. There is. You go to work, you see Tommy, and Tommy's kissing ass. Then you fucking go to your after fucking work because you got to work 2 jobs because of hard time. And fucking Billy Bob, who's fucking Billy Bob Jr., fucking who's the boss's son, is a fucking dick and he kisses ass and everyone kisses ass. Meanwhile, you're just like, holy fuck, I don't want to kiss ass. What the fuck has my life come to? And then, you're like, oh, fuck, I got 97 fucking kids. Let me say something nice. Hey, Billy Bob Jr., you have no talent whatsoever, and you were given everything, but nice fucking tie, champ. Oh, really? My daddy got it. No shit, I know, Billy Bob Jr. I know your daddy got the tie. So that's fucking life. That's just life. That's life in general. Life fucking sucks. So you sit down, you relax, you watch The Arrow. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, you failed this city. I'd like to kill fucking people. You watch Flash. You're like, wow, he runs fast and saves fucking problems and time travels. It just seems like his life is so exciting. Then you watch wrestling. You're like, there's Chris Jericho. He used to be cool. He used to be hip. He used to run his fucking mouth. He used to call Stephanie McMahon a whorebag. What's he doing tonight? Is that a blowjob on the WWE Network? Did Jericho just blow John Cena? Oh, yeah, he's blowing. Our hero. All right, no. Stone Cold, yeah. He's kicking ass. He's this generation's Dusty Rhodes. He's gonna fucking whoop. Is he blowing Vince McMahon? He's blowing Vince McMahon on the network. Oh, great. Well, at least pro wrestlers, they're manly men, right? What? They're not allowed to talk to Hulk Hogan anymore? What? When I was in 4th grade, I did that, and I felt like a bitch. Could you imagine being a full-grown man, being told not to talk to someone else because it will make someone angry? And I understand. I've been back in FCW. I've been back in NXT. I understand kissing ass is a job requirement. It is. A lot of people are like, well, how do you make it to WWE? Look good, connections. Let's put talent back. Not yet. Look good, connections, kissing ass, look good, talent. It's pretty darn on the fucking list. But it's just, come on, man. Where the fuck are the heroes at? Well, who does Joe Sixpack fucking root for here? And the real demographics. Oh, my kid is an asshole, and I tell him to be just perfect, just like Captain America, Superman, John Cena. No, your kid fucking sucks. You suck. Your kid's never going to be fucking John Cena because it's impossible. And once you give someone impossible goals, they crack and eventually become fucking crack dealers. Moving on. But, where the fuck is your real demographic hero? Where is the guy? Your real demographic is teen to nerd. Your real demographic, I think your average age is 40. Have you cracked under 30 yet? All right, so you have a bunch of 40-year-olds who fucking probably got made fun of their whole life for being pro wrestling fans as your fan base, and you give them nothing. There's no Dusty Rhodes. There's no Stone Cold. Hell, there's not even a Ric Flair. Who the fuck? Who in your demographic, your real demographic, not your Make-A-Wish Skittles bullshit facts, your real fucking demographic, who do you root for? Who do you root for? Who's your real demographic rooting for? Where's Stone Cold? Where's Dusty Rhodes? Where's Ric Flair? Fuck, man. Fuck. Who do they root for? Who? You got Kevin Owens. He's the closest thing. And then you go on Twitter, which, by the way, that's not even dirt sheets. That's just Twitter. Like, oh, that Kevin Owens cat, he's angry, he's fat, I'm angry, I'm fat, we're making connection. Let me read his Twitter. If you don't think John Cena is good, you are literally blowing him on Twitter! For the love of Christ, even if you are sucking John Cena off, can you just pretend not to? Can we have one fucking hero for the real demographic? One! Moving on. Yeah, fucking Kane played the part of Abyss tonight. Yay! It was a horrible idea in TNA, but now we pretend it's a good idea. That was for you, American Alucard. You know what? A watered down Abyss character. First off, the Abyss character, when he went back and forth, was horrible. The Kane character going back and forth is horrible. But with that said, no offense to Abyss and his family, this is way better for Kane. Kane pretending to be Abyss is way better than Kane being Kane. You know what? Fuck it. There's no original ideas. You know, The Simpsons did it. The Simpsons did it. You know, so trust me, I know. I worked in comic books, and yep, but there are thieves out there. There are fucking horrible human beings that steal ideas. But with that said, you know what? Maybe he just doesn't have the talent. You know, maybe he can't come up with his own idea. So Kane pretending to be Abyss, fucking a million times better than Kane being Kane. Let's be honest. You know, so it's like, congratulations. You stole a bad idea from TNA, and it was still a step in the right direction. Maybe your product's broken. Listen to that statement. You stole a bad idea from TNA, and it was still a step in the right direction. Kane was at least enjoyable. He was kind of funny. There you go. Moving on. Boom, ba-da! You got Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland, just in case. Yeah, you know what? Down here. If you paid full price for the WWE pay-per-view, not the $9.99, not pirating. If you paid the full price, even if you lied, you might lie. Just tell me down below. Maybe we'll have to get care packages for you or something. Maybe you're stuck. Maybe you refuse to pirate. Maybe you don't have the network. Does anyone pay full price? I mean, I'm an old man. We used to have to pay full price. This is before pirating and this. But, dude, they just took the same fucking matches and be like, here you go. And WWE is famous for this, but it still fucking hurts. But and my whole thing is, to add on, do you think the $9.99 thing has really changed our attitudes? Like, that's only $9.99. Who gives a shit if the pay-per-view is completely average? I don't know. WWE, the average. That's still better than John Cena. Just like when you vote for president. The new guy's better than the last guy, allegedly. Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland. Neville and the Lucha Dragon wins. Kalisto looks amazing. I think I would love to see Kalisto in Lucha Underground, or possibly pushed better. But I don't know if he's connected with the crowd. I love the Cosmic Wasteland. I think it was 3 people stuck just being like, oh, we're on the roster. But now they serve a purpose. And the only thing is, this is me being nerdy. I hope that, you know, the Ascension get the gold and black look. I think that would be really cool. And I don't know. I thought, you know, after the Arrow went back to fucking fighting crime, you had a super villain with nothing to do, and you had a tag team that was a huge bust. So putting them together probably prolongs their career and possibly could be good. It could be good. I just, you know, one nitpick is, like, they should all look the same. You know, it seems like Neville and the Lucha Dragons are a team, and it seems like the Cosmic, well, they have a name, the Cosmic Wasteland. It would be cool if they just were all the same color. I don't know. Maybe it's a Killer Bee fan in me. You should all wear the same color. I don't know. Anyway, so it was the same. Next, they show Rollins complaining. Seth Rollins is doing a pretty good job being a chicken shit heel. It's just the booking going along with it. I actually feel bad for Seth Rollins. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon still trying to beat Dana White. It's kind of enjoyable. I'd rather them try to beat Dana White than Vince McMahon. Ryback comes out and fights Bo Dallas. I like Bo Dallas. I hope they use him more often. I'm just a big fan of that entertainment, that style of comedy. And even if he never wins again, they should just go out there and cut promos. And I don't know, and not only that, but I think this is. I hope Kevin Owens and Ryback just fade away and go into the sunset and never touch each other. But besides Kevin Owens talking shit, it's hard to take you seriously when you have John Cena's cock and balls in your mouth. You used to be great. You know what I noticed? Star Wars. WWE reminds me of Star Wars. A scene over and over and over. That there's a hero that the fucking real demographic can get behind, and he loses and puts his fucking penis in their mouth. And you're like, you were the chosen one! And then you're like, yeah, all right, NXT indie Japanese star. Woo! Yeah, you can beat John Cena. Oh, John Cena beat you? Oh, you're putting John Cena's penis in your mouth. You were the chosen one! It's just like on repeat over and over and over. Like, oh, Kevin Owens, it's the fans' fault. Yeah, it's the fans' fault. We know nothing about wrestling. That fucking our hero went up against John Cena and lost and then sucked him off for the rest of his life. You're right. We're delusional. That's never happened before. You're right. I've never seen a fucking guy that I could get behind lose to John Cena and then suck him off on social media telling us we're delusional. Wow. It's for the fucking Groundhog Day. Let's see. Who's the next Kevin Owens? Do you think it's going to be Prince Devitt? Do you think it's Cesaro? Who do you think is the next talented guy to lose to John Cena and then blame the fans because, John Cena's really a great wrestler? Like, can you imagine Stone Cold or The Rock or Sting in his prime or Ric Flair or anyone ever do this? Ever? Congratulations. The reality is all your favorite wrestlers suck fucking John Cena off, and it's pissing Nikki Bella. And if I was Nikki Bella, I'd be pissed. Like, if I was Nikki Bella, I'd be like, at Owens, that penis is mine. Find your own penis. Love, DNB. Ryback does win. Owens and Ryback attack each other. Let's go to live comments. After that, we'll just go to live comments. Bullet Club Biggs and Mr. Google Plus returns to Google Plus. Thank you. Oh, man, Twitter's blowing up. Thank you very much, Twitter. Everyone and their mother told me about Lucha Underground Season 2, and I'm just so happy. I am a happy little boy. Right now, that is my favorite American product. I might even go as far. Yeah, you know what? No. New Japan, Dragon Gate, no. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to get some heel heat. I'm probably not going to get any more free merchandise from New Japan. That's okay. You got to speak from the heart. Probably Lucha Underground's my favorite product right now, and I miss it so much. Astro Rocket says Paige PipeBomb was wasted on Loretto. The town's crowd seemed to have any idea what the fuck was going on. Yeah, sometimes the audience really matters. It doesn't matter. And I just wonder, like, if, all these towns, and I'm from a town that doesn't give a fuck. It's weird because the city that I lived in, well, I come from New Jersey. New Jersey people love pro wrestling. But no, I went to university and lived in and worked in Tampa. And Tampa has a huge history of pro wrestling. If you promote indie wrestling, the crowds will show up. The key is you have to promote it, new promoters. And, they sell out all the time in Tampa, but those people could give two shits about the WWE product. Like, if there's a pro wrestling ring or a circus ring, Tampa doesn't give a shit. They're like, it's just a night out. Like, Yeah, so I know what it's like to live in a town that doesn't give a shit about the WWE product. And yeah, I wonder if the television tapings they're gonna have to pick and choose. But if you're in a town that don't give a fuck, you can send out John Cena. And no one's gonna give a fuck, and not giving a fuck is a step in the right direction for John Cena. At Joe O'Hare Comedy tweeted us. At Rage Against PG says, these are all on Twitter. You can hit me up at KocoSports. I feel like you give the babysitter a lot of blame. Who are you, Kevin Dunn? Yeah, I do blame the babysitter. But I live in Tokyo, and everyone takes so much pride in their job, except I can't find a good babysitter. And they charge a lot of money. Tokyo, everything's expensive. So, but the babysitter's here. She just ran a little bit late. She at least called. So, you know what? I just lose the 10, 20 viewers that would watch the earliest show out there. But you know what? Life sucks. When you win the IC title, yet you still book like a jobber. Yep. Well, what about the world champion? Pretty much you're booked like a jobber unless you're John Cena. Let's be completely honest. I'm open this up. I'm going to be talking out my ass here. But who's not booked like a jobber besides John Cena? I can't think of anybody. I mean, in NXT, yeah, they're booked. But who? Randy Orton? It's just like the whole company revolves around John Cena. There's not even good mid-card feuds. It's just fucking weird. It's weird. Like, all right, kayfabe-wise, who else is the hero? Who's not a jobber? The world champion isn't a jobber. I don't know. I should say jobber. A weak bitch. That would be more accurate. Who's not a weak bitch besides John Cena? They all have to suck him off in the reality era. No one fucking ever wins consistently. This is a legit question. Who the fuck's not a weak bitch besides John Cena, kayfabe-wise? I wonder why they have a problem. I'm really stumped. Stumped the idiot. I have no idea. A picture of Kevin Owens wearing Deal With It glasses on Twitter. So Kane's in the main event, and they go off the air with Kane and Rollins under the ring, probably making love. Yes, there was a lot of making love and rape jokes about that last segment. Someone said, don't worry about being late. Appreciate it. Cena just buried Eddie Guerrero's finish. Cena buries everything. Just wins. That's it. All worship Cena. All praise Cena. Yay. He's a great guy. He does make a wish. He's wonderful. T-Shun. Oh, I should read this off air. Yeah, T-Shun can come on. Whoops. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave that alone. Wrestling Ranted. Oh, someone didn't like at Real Paige channeling at KocoSports, which we know how they got on top comment. Oh, some people were mad about that? Wow. You guys get offensive pretty easily. And everyone and their mother is telling me about Lucha Underground 2. I'm so happy for it. All right, that's Twitter. Let's see on KocoSports.net. No one. That's been dying. I got to promote it more. Friend Yelly says, I love your rants, Dave. The norms don't apply to Cena. Yep. Adam just says, Miss Raw like always, but looks like this time it was a good thing that I did. It was better than average. I mean, I give it a tie out of mercy. There was a decent promo people are calling a pipe bomb. I don't know. I think this is one of those things, if you watch the 10-minute, like Wrestling Ranted, if you go to Wrestling Ranted's 10 Things You Know About Raw, you're caught up. I don't think you need to watch the whole thing, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ricardo, and others who liked us, so appreciate it. Much love. Let me see. Yep. Ricardo's the man. Ricardo likes everything on our Facebook, so we appreciate it. All right, let me refresh. Bam! 14-1. Not too bad. I was expecting more losses. You guys with the thumbs down have been kind of leaning on me, so I appreciate it. All right, so we have some comments. Let's go to some live comments. But if I miss any comments, it's not because I don't read them. It's because, wow, there's a lot of comments. I appreciate it. More comments to the viewers. Appreciate it. Much love. Love the activity. Cena Nuffs. It's a loss for me. Not a fan of the jealousy storyline with the Divas, and Kane is still a bore. But it's all okay because Lucha Underground is coming back. Woo! There is light at the end of the tunnel. Praise Terry Funk. Yes, praise Terry Funk. And that's from Cena Nuffs. Rimney Sum says Lucha Underground has been renewed for season 2. I should have did a separate video on that. We should all high five each other. Thank goodness, because wrestling as of late has been pretty disastrous. Yeah, like at every level too. Yeah. Like I love Japan wrestling, but it's in a funk right now. Oh God, if you're an English-speaking wrestling fan, it's not. Okay, everything's perfect. But yeah, Japan has been in a bit of a funk as of late, and TNA, it's just every 4 weeks they reboot. And I have to explain that. Reboot means just you're telling the same story. It's just, it's just a new writer, and they don't pay attention to the last one, so it's kind of fucking annoying. You got to see TNA as like the Twilight Zone, where like every 4 episodes, that's its own universe. And then next week, it's its own universe. And the only thing that stays strong in all the universes, jumping from universe to universe, is that EC3 is the man. Without these couple of months, such great news we got. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm so happy. LB Clash of Kings. This Raw was a loss. PipeBomb was literally only highlight. But all I could say is thank you, Paige, for throwing shade on the Shank twins. Or Skank twins. I can't read. I got my glasses, too. I got my glasses back. I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm not going to be a blind bat. I'm still a blind bat. So let's start that off. Thank you, Paige, for throwing shade on the Skank twins. I mean, Bella twins. This Raw felt too much like last night's Night of Champions pay-per-view. Kind of felt like an average show. Yeah, it's average. Week tie. The promos have more an organic feel, but Seth was still overly scripted. The book on the show was pretty weak, from matchups to finishes, and soon as Big Show came out, I completely lost interest in Raw. That was painful. And turned it off. That when Cena came and turned it off when Cena came out. Yeah, well, we know how that's gonna end, folks. The potential is there to have a great show. This is the part in my person that fucking bugs me the most. Is right there. Like if they didn't have potential, then I'd be like, oh well, it's the best they can do. But they have potential. The potential is there to have a great show, but WWE barely tries and leaves it to the athletes to give us reasons to keep coming back. I've been a fan since '97. Holy shit, I'm old, Lennox Wooderson. I'm an old. That's a good time to start being a fan. Yeah, that's a good time. Joshua Schneider, and I apologize if I mispronounced your last name. Huge loss. WWE's product is horrendous right now. Everything is so predictable and boring. Well, last night's pay-per-view, the finish, I don't think it was predictable. I think it was just horrible. No one predicted Kane chokeslamming everyone. It was just bad. But yeah, and boring. It's definitely boring. It hasn't been this bad since Batista and Orton were on top. Thank you, Joshua. Welcome. Yeah. When Batista, Orton, and Cena were on top, that was the worst time in professional wrestling history. Your show is awesome, Dave. Thank you. You're honest with your views and not a WWE ass kickser like Aubrey Shitterson. I don't think that's how you pronounce his name. God, that guy's reviews are horrible. But no, a lot of people. I don't like really talk about other people, but he's a good businessman. Think about it. If you go on there and everything is great, you get guests, and then you get guests, then people think you have more credibility. But like, if I did YouTube for a job, I'd be like, oh yeah, be like Aubrey. Like, don't be like me if you want to make money on YouTube. Aubrey knows. Think about it. People that want to watch a review, you want to get the numbers. They're fans, so you have to be positive all the time. If you're positive all the time, more people will come in. Then you get positive people. Well, if they're positive, they want to hear that, and then you just hit them up, begging them for money. They're like, "Oh, hit my fucking Kickstarter, kick my fucking pay the rent fucking bullshit." So, like, a lot of people shit on Aubrey, including myself, but. If you want to make YouTube on money, you want to make money on YouTube. That's how you want to be. You either want to be super positive or negative. Call it right down. Think about it. Even major, like if you watch if you watch MSNBC, you know who they're voting for. If you watch Fox News, you know who they're voting for. We live in a world where people are completely extremists, and he's just taking advantage of that. You know, and the thing is, negative people won't give as much money as positive people. So he chose, hey, I'm just going to be positive. I'm going to say everything is awesome. Then I'm going to get the masses, especially younger fans. They're going to say everything is awesome. Positive people are more willing to put in money, and bam. So, you know, he's working you, brother. The irony. But yeah, no, it's a good idea if you want to make money doing this shit. With that said, it's fucking ridiculous. Here's the thing. How much do you think he's making? And I don't want to pick on him. Let's pick on all of them. How much do you think they're making? Do you think they're making $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month? Let's say it's $5,000 a month. You know, why? Just get a fucking job. And you know, I don't grasp it. I find it confusing. Like, I've been lucky in life where I could be an asshole and still make a living. Knock on wood. I have to take care of a lot of people, so maybe one day I will stop being an asshole and have to fucking sell out. I won't do it on YouTube, I assure you. But maybe, you know, hey, you know, that job where I told the fucking principal to go fuck himself, maybe I don't say go fuck yourself. Maybe I'm just, hey, you know what, I'm here. Yeah, this is my life. But I don't know. I would want YouTube to be fun. I would want, you know, you build up an audience, you know, to see what people think of your voice, see what people think of your ideas. It's just $5,000 a month doesn't seem like enough money for me to sell out. And I'm willing to sell out. I assure you. I don't think I'm not a fucking hippie. I'm willing to sell out. Like, I would come on and be wearing WWE products all over and be like, WWE is the one. I'm willing to. Just not for $5,000 a month or less. That's just me. But some people, not so much. But no, I don't mean to pick on Aubrey. He's probably a great guy. I just hope he's genuine at what he does. I wouldn't bet on it, but I hope so. Power play. I love the Jekyll and Hyde gimmick. I hope Kane can pull it off, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah. I mean, it's an improvement for Kane, and yes, I like it in any story, not just in WWE. Yeah. No. I understand. I just don't think, is it the Jekyll and Hyde gimmick though? Maybe. Yeah, I guess it is. Just Jekyll and Hyde. But I think of, you know, Jekyll. I'm sorry, I keep messing up. Jekyll and Hyde. No, that's good. I don't know if that's that good. I see it more as a Republican Abyss, but yeah, I don't know. If it's done right, it's an improvement for Kane. So I guess that's it. Lennox Wooderson says pipe bombs are the new name for work shoot promos. Fans appreciate work shoot promos because they don't insult their intelligence, often reflect that the fans think. So work shoot promos are highly praised in comparison to the average promo. And I kind of agree with that. I just think that used to be a promo. You know, back in the NWA days, that was just a promo. I guess the work shoot. But know what it is? I think the work shoot thing has come along because they stopped taking pride in it. Like, shouldn't everything be kind of a work shoot? If you had pride in what you did, wouldn't it all be work shoot? Especially if you're in a reality era. But yeah, I understand. Maybe I'm a little harsh. I was expecting a lot more than that. And yeah, because think about it. John Cena has done pipe bombs, I guess, but that doesn't mean it's good. But yeah, I see your point. I see your point. All right. Let's see. Lennox Wooderson says, I think with a few changes, this Raw could have been amazing. If you agree, what would you change? I would have started the pipe bomb the first segment. I thought the Charlotte thing was a feel good. I thought the pipe bomb was decent. I thought it would have been a good way. I thought starting off with the Wyatt family was weird. It could have set the tone for the show. I would have. Let's see. The thing is, I would have had Cesaro. Lose to the Big Show. I would have had someone else lose to the Big Show. I probably would have changed the 6-man tags up. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't have done the John Cena thing, the John Cena match, but So once again, everything is so average. John Cena stole the show 2 nights in a row. Congratulations. I love the fact that, WWE's product has come so low that, like, John Cena's winning match of the night because everything else is so horrible. Yeah, wow. That's not how you improve. That's not how you improve. But yeah, I would have had the Big Show go against someone else. I wouldn't have had Kevin Owens come down to the ring on commentary. Maybe just have the 6-man tag swap it up a bit. The fact that it was a rematch after rematch was a bit insane. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. There's not. I don't think this is a quick fix. Like usually, I'm like, oh, if you did, little backseat booking. Like if you did this, you did this, and you did that. Maybe an update on Sting's health. Maybe they did do that. I didn't pay attention. I thought they should have done that better. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as doing it, I probably would have put. These are those small changes, and it still doesn't save the show that much. I would swap the segments where Charlotte would have came out first. I would have swapped the opponents in 6-man tag matches so it doesn't feel as awkward. Dude, no. I don't think this ain't put A here, put B there, and it fixes the show. If you change the segments and just change it a little bit, I still think it's an average show at best. Let's see what we got. Lennox Wilson says Big Show fights Bo Dallas, and Bo walks away. All right. Nikki gets a rematch with Paige, and Paige interrupts after the promo for a DQ. Possibility. But I don't know. I thought the Charlotte and Flair thing I thought was good. Sting cost Seth his match with Cena. Sheamus cashes in and King attacks Seth for a DQ. All those names just make me go, I don't give a shit. The Shield doesn't recruit Randy and they get wrecked by the Wyatts. Yeah, that would have been interesting because they could have kept moving the story along. Like, hey, Jericho didn't work out. Yeah, I see. That's a good one. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz for that. Ryback loses his rematch with Owens and is approached by The Miz to be his manager. I could see that. Ryback and Owens, I think they have to separate. I think, Owens going against Ryback has the possibility of losing. So that sucks because we don't want to see Owens lose no matter how much balls are in his mouth. And Ryback, you can't go against Owens because you have to hide his weaknesses. And The Miz, I think The Miz needs to be a manager. But yeah, all right, I'm with you on that one. Natty still loses but is approached by Emma and Dana Brooke. Possibility. And a new jobber right to censor is created with Zack Ryder, Adam Rose, Mojo Rawley, Heath Slater, and Pipe Dream. Yeah. I don't know how that would work out. And if it failed, those poor bastards would be out of work. Now they probably might still be out of work. But yeah, those guys, I don't know. I think we need to bring back not jobbers, but enhancement talent that's entertaining. Like, to this day, and I say this again, I have no idea why 3MB is out of a job. 3MB never had a win, and they were getting over. That's amazing. As a guy that booked and promoted, that's what you want. If you have someone on your roster that doesn't have to win and gets over, that's just pure freaking gold. And I thought they had that at 3MB. So maybe right this is. But what are they going to censor? Like, I think maybe a jobber group, but I think right to censor, I think you'd have to change it up a little bit. Maybe like they lose all the time, like right to censor, yeah. But what are they going to censor? Like they come out and be like, we're going to censor. Never mind, our job is done. Thank you. But I think you're not talking about the actual right to censor, just, like the Blue World Order. They always lose a lot. Reboot needed. Let's see. This will be the last comment, and we'll go back to breaking them down. Keep the comments coming. Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I'm going to try to get to all of them. Reboot needed. They could have gotten a random fan of the audience to say what Paige said. Most people could have said those things unscripted and really meant it from the heart. Yeah, I can agree with that. I just think I don't think Paige was the right character to throw Charlotte under the bus. I thought that was weird because Paige is there because of her parents and family. So I thought that was weird. Like if it was, can you imagine if Sasha Banks cut this promo A, it would make a lot more sense. B, it would keep the teams together. Because right now, you know, Paige has just become a diva. Like, oh, we're best friends, but now that you have the title, yeah, women are loyal. Got it. You got it, WWE. They're crazy people. I think you could have kept the teams together. Paige could have still been snappy with her comebacks. I just think Paige turning on Charlotte is like, oh, get it? All women are crazy. Oh, Charlotte made it because of her family. Really, you're the one that's gonna say that? You, all right, fine. If that's how that's. But yeah, Sasha Banks there. But yeah, it was cool that she said stuff that we felt. But then again, it's just to ignore us. It's shiny keys. It's like, oh, you're mad about breaking a record that doesn't really exist? Look over here. Look over here. It's a shoot promo. Yeah, you guys still like divas, right? You like divas? Good. I'm glad you like the divas. It was a well-placed distraction at best. But yeah, there you go. All right. Kurt. Someone wanted me to talk about Kurt Angle. I don't know all the details. I believe his brother is being accused or arrested. I'm not really sure about the details about murdering his wife, and it just sucks for the Kurt Angle family. Period, and including his wife and all that. I don't know the details of it. I know Kurt Angle tweeted about it, saying, "Hey, I want my stuff to be private and all that." And I don't know. It's just a shitty situation I don't know the details about. I don't want to run my mouth on something I don't know the details about. But yeah, it's just hard times for Kurt Angle. It just sucks. But hopefully, I got nothing. Moving up. Next is the pipe bomb. We talked about this already in length. So yeah, the pipe bomb. It was definitely the highlight of the night, but at the same time, was it as good as people made it out to be? I don't know. I thought this, and the thing is, this is what I would have changed. I wouldn't have Paige cut the promo. I would just think about it. It makes Paige look crazy and weak and your stereotypical diva. And the pipe bomb really wasn't that devastating. Plus, you had a great moment with Ric Flair and Charlotte. I wish Sasha Banks and Team Bad came down and was the one that cut that promo. And coming from Sasha Banks, it would have meant so much more. But then again, I guess you have a heel turn and they break up and and I think that even in her pipe bomb, she's like, nothing changes. We know, Paige. We fucking know nothing changes. You don't have to fucking rub this shit in our face. When Paige, it's like I don't know. This is horrible. I've never done this, but people train dogs by wiping their fucking nose and shit when they shit in the house. I've never done that because I don't know. I don't know if it's the right way to do it. It just seems horrible. Why would you want to fucking put a creature's face in his own shit? But with that said, there are people that believe you potty train a dog. I don't know. But anyway, you house train a dog and you put its face in its shit and all that. But that's horrible. I don't know if that's the right thing. I've never done it. And but that I feel like Paige had her head and be like, yeah, there's WWE shit, and just rubbing it in there. Like, yeah, fucking you like that? So there you go. But yeah, it was the highlight of the night. It was the highlight of the week. It was hopefully it goes somewhere, and we'd like to see wherever it goes. And then Nikki Bella comes out, and yay! What? No. Yeah, it's enjoyable. Matter of fact, it was probably the only thing that you kind of have to watch on the whole show. Like everything else is skippable, but I feel like if you're a wrestling fan and you want to see where this is going, you kind of have to watch this promo. And the Flairs did a great job. Paige did a pretty decent job, but I don't give her as much props as the internet does. But at the same time, it's the best thing on television, or on WWE, I apologize. The best thing on WWE, so I went with it. So, yep, still breaking it down. That leads to Charlotte versus Brie. Listen. And Nikki Bella, No, she's a DNP. She's as big as the DNP as you get, but at least she's trying. At least she's trying to improve. Brie Bella goes against Charlotte. Charlotte has to slow down because, well, there you have it, and Charlotte wins. So there you go. Let's see. I'm reading these results from BleacherReport.com. It's the live results. It says the Diva Champion hits a few chops followed by a neckbreaker and a spear. She locks in the figure 8 for a submission win. And there you go. It's just Charlotte wins. And it just, it's Brie. All right. I just want to see the NXT girls and Kana wrestle each other. You know, I hope Nikki Bella and John Cena, but I'm repeating myself. I hope John Cena and John Cena. I hope they find success in something else. I really do. Just go away. But, you know, the female John Cena, at least she's improving. You have to give her that. All right. Next, you have Sheamus versus Mark Henry. If you blinked or went on the toilet, you fucking missed it. Sheamus wins. Really quick match. You know, why Mark Henry? Why? I mean, to be on television, why is all right? Poor Mark Henry. He's not the best wrestler in the world, I assure you, but you can definitely hide his weaknesses way better than that. So there you go. Sheamus beats Mark Henry in a blink of an eye. Kane and Triple H and Stephanie have a funny segment. Stephanie wants the mask back. Kane gives her a high five. Kane showing some personality, so people are okay with it, I guess, that he stole it from Abyss. Paige runs to Natalya backstage. They talk shit. Natalya's back. Natalya, for those that don't know, let's sit around. Let's sit around the campfire. Sit down, kids. Let me tell you a story. Natalya used to be a female wrestler who decided to not be a wrestler anymore. I thought that story was going to be a lot longer. I'm sorry to waste your time. Let's see what Natalya does. Yeah, so they talk shit. Yeah, so there you go. Natalya tells Paige the only person standing your way is you. And, yeah, this is bad. This is bad. You know, like, you pretend your demographic is children, which it's not. But do you really think this is a good lesson to be teaching kids from WWE? Like, if it was Ronda Rousey teaching the story, it makes sense. If it's the Williams sisters, it makes sense. But in WWE, when it's predetermined that whoever touches Cena's wiener first wins that week. Like, I just picture John Cena in his Speedo going, bing! And then the talent runs towards it, and if you touch it, then you win that night. I just don't think we should be teaching little girls. No, that's not fair. I don't think WWE should be teaching little girls and children, their fake demographic, that the only person standing in your way is you. No, you can't teach them that. You're not allowed. You are not allowed to teach that lesson. All right? That's like Hitler coming up and be like, I think we need to be more understanding towards Jewish people. No. You're not allowed to say that. I just, all right, Natalya, please tell me. Let's read the quote again. The only person standing in the way is you. Well, maybe Paige has to run faster to Cena's wiener. What a horrible, horrible lesson being taught by a horrible, horrible company. Moving on. You get a 6-man tag. Rusev and the New Day versus Ziggler and the Dudleys. Rusev and the New Day had some really funny comedy gimmicks, and this match was a house show match at best, and it just keeps the storyline going along. It's kind of like, you know what this? I'm going to start doing attendance matches. These are attendance matches. They just show up and they have these matches so the storyline continues. So, like, Rusev here, New Day here, Ziggler. Wrestler formerly known as Ziggler here. Dudleys, shut the fuck up. All right, yeah. Scared me. So your winner is New Day and Rusev, and they all showed up for attendance. So congratulations. There were some really funny gimmicks, including trombone skills, and yeah. It was. You know what? I don't think if this is one of those matches where like the atmosphere matters. Like if this was the worst thing on this show, then I'd be like, oh, okay, it was a pretty goddamn good show. But when you're like, no, this attendance match was probably one of the best things on this show, then you're like, come on, bro, really? This is like one of the best things on the show? New Day, Rusev, they fucking win. It's one of the best fucking things on the show. That's what we do now. Remember when Dolph Ziggler could wrestle? Those were good days. Let's have a moment of silence for Dolph Ziggler. We had a moment of silence for Chris Jericho. Let's have a moment of silence for Dolph Ziggler. Oh man, it's just sad that he sold away his soul. You know what? If WWE can repeat segments, I'm gonna repeat the joke. It's like Little Mermaid. Dolph Ziggler signed his WWE contract, and there goes his talent. Yay, Ziggler! Another hero bites the dust. You are the chosen one! If I could play sound clips, that would be the clip I play over and over. All right, so there you go. Next, you have Naomi versus Natalya. Naomi wins because, well, you know what? At least the WWE was honest. Here's a girl who's going out there, who's talented, says you can make it on your own, and she loses. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on WWE. They are teaching the kids a valuable lesson. Life is not fair. Naomi gets the win. It was average. There you go. I wish I wasn't lazy and have sound effects. I would like having it's an average dunk. There you go. We'll have an Mr. Average Potato Head. We're like, hey, what do you think about this match? It was average. That right there is the average flag. I'm retarded. I mean, dude, I gotta break this shit down, bro. It's Naomi versus Natalya. Next. Holy shit. And then where you're like, you know, you're surviving. Yeah, as a WWE fan, you're rocking back and forth. You're like, all right, it's going to be good. We had a great pipe off. I can't wait till what's next. All right. We got about an hour left. Oh, my God, pro wrestling is going to be good. It's the Big Show! God damn it! No! Come on! I got shit to do. That's what you do? I can't play Mario Maker right now. Come on! Big Show. So you're like, hey, at least Big Show won't beat someone that we love. Of course. You are the chosen one! Cesaro comes down. He had some great power moves. Let's look at the positives here. He suplexed him over the top rope, which, is a great feat of strength. Overall, it was a good match, but we all knew Big Show was going to win. Big Show does get the win. Why? Because he's going to fight Brock Lesnar at a special live event in New York City, which, you know what, I've been shitting on WWE a lot. The special live events, that's what the network should be about. So, you know what, mad props. But Big Show gets the knockout win, and Cesaro has to sell it for 1,200 fucking years because, God forbid, someone with talent that we like gets it over. God forbid. And Big Show cuts a promo where he's like, I'm going to beat up Brock Lesnar, and people chant Suplex City. Big Show, you're moving on. This was just shitting on your breakfast. That's what it is. It's just like WWE, not only do they have to put on an average show, but they have to make sure that you're unhappy. They're like, oh, does this bring you joy? Be a star, WWE. Come on, don't break all our fucking toys. Moving on. Let's see. Big Show gets a promo. Next is the main event. Seth Rollins versus John Cena. All right. Who thinks who? Raise of hands. Raise of comments. Who thinks fucking Seth Rollins is winning this? Who? U.S. title match, John Cena rematch, Kane tripped him. It was the best match of a shitty show. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the best match. But John Cena wins. It was the best match of a shitty pay-per-view. And fucking dude, this is our life. Seth Rollins losing to John Cena seems to be fucking where we go with the rest of our fucking lives. John Cena fucking wins. It was a decent match for John Cena. It was a decent match for WWE. But, you know, like, at least Hogan, he wasn't out every week and you'd be like, oh, he might lose. You know, at least Superman has fucking kryptonite. Dude. You know what? If you don't hate John Cena as much as I do, it's worth watching a replay of this match because it was literally just John Cena wins. Dun, 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 dun. It wasn't that bad for John Cena at WWE standards. Next, Corporate Kane comes on the TV screen. He says, "Hey, I've done this 976 times. Don't fall for it." And Seth Rollins is like, "Fuck you! I'm falling for it, Kane. Kane, I know you've done this 8 million times, probably 12 times on me this week, but I am going to fall for it again." And then, you know, Corporate Kane's like, all right, if you're going to fall for it, and we've already stolen Abyss, and we've already fucking, you know, stolen pipe bombs, might as well steal another segment. People like the Attitude Era, right, Seth Rollins? You bet your ass they like the Attitude Era because it wasn't horrible, and they had to compete against WCW, and they didn't mail it in. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Seth Rollins. But since people like the Attitude Era, why don't we give them the worst things we did in the Attitude Era? That makes sense. You know, like, we can't bring them back the Attitude Era, of course, Kane, but it makes sense. Let's give them the worst thing of the Attitude Era so that when they complain about it, we can be like, well, you like the Attitude Era? And then Corporate Kane's like, exactly. And then it gets all dark, and there's fire, and Kane comes from underneath the ring and has his way. I hope he used lube. Lots of inappropriate rape jokes, but we live in a world of trigger warnings where you can't make rape jokes. So instead, we'll try to water it down, right? The censor. He just put his penis in his ass without. I mean, come on. What do you do down there? Where do they go? What? This was horrible in the Attitude Era. But nope, WWE is gonna get a pass. They're like, you like the Attitude Era. This happened during the Attitude Era. Bam, you have to like this. You know, we live in a world of, I gotcha, right? It's good, right? I gotcha. Yeah, WWE, you got us. It's good. And this last tweet here, Lance Storm's mom liked the ending of Raw. Well, if Lance Storm's mom liked it, we're good. That's a legit tweet. I don't know why Bleacher Report added that, but, you know, Lance Storm is the king of tweet on Twitter. You know, maybe I shouldn't be so mad. I gave it a sad little tie, but if his mom liked it, but the mom didn't like the beginning. I don't know why Lance Storm's mom on Twitter I find more interesting than Raw. Bullet Club Biggs is in Google Plus. At Astro Rocket, aka Jason, says on Twitter, New Day teaming with Rusev felt organic to me, only because the four are regular gamers on up, up, down, down. Ziggler was awkward. Yeah, I like the up, up, down, down. I gotta watch it more. I really enjoy the show. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing on KocoSports.net. And Franielli asked, how has Rob been? We invited Rob, but he watched the pay-per-view, but I think I might have been able to talk Rob into doing a pay-per-view review, but my pay-per-view review was so late that he was probably sleeping. Rob just tries every now and then to get back into wrestling, so he'll be like, okay, I'm going to watch it. And he really likes The Shield. He really likes Daniel Bryan. But he doesn't want to review it if it's fucking absolutely garbage and horrible. Plus, he has a lot of projects working on. But Rob is always welcome back. It's just more of a timing. I think Rob's doing good. And, you know, I talk to him every now and then on Facebook. He's super pumped up about Lucha Underground, too. If you get in contact with him, all right, Rob, this is for you. Wait, is this behind the scenes? Let me read it for a couple seconds. This might be like, ask him what he did to get rid of genital warts. Okay, no. It has nothing to do with his genital warts. Do me a favor and tell him that even though he has forgotten about his YouTube content, his viewers have not forgotten about him. All right, will do. And I have to do more Koco plays. If you want to go support Rob, he's a host from time to time who's just burnt out on WWE. Sidukal, Sidukal, maybe. I was not spelling to be a champion, so go check that out. And you can also check out Koco Plays. I got to put up new shows. I got one in the bank, but I haven't put it up yet. All right, let's go to YouTube comments where we make our bread and butter, whatever the fuck that means. Moving on. LB Clash of Kings. Heard Lucha Underground returned in 2016, but real question is, are they returning to El Rey Network? Because I've heard they might be on Netflix or a different Spanish channel. I forgot the name of it. I don't know. I think the El Rey Network is the one that tweeted it. I could be wrong. Give me a second. They might go on more channels. This is awkward. I'm going to check out Twitter. At Lucha El Rey. Oh, I don't know if that counts as El Rey. Yeah, that might just be Lucha Underground's handle. I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope. I just hope it's on everything. We need more Lucha Underground. Let's just put it in the sky in high definition so the world can see it. Boom, because I've heard that they might be on. Oh, yeah. Stutter 11, you're spot on about the state of wrestling right now. Well, thank you, sir. I fell asleep during the pay-per-view match with Cena Rollins and woke up the sting in my eyes. Say a lot about my will to watch a pay-per-view. Yeah. It's just been hard times. It's a grind. It is a grind. Paige promo was decent, but it could have been even better with more grit to it and more truth, with more of the British style of speaking instead of American-produced wording from WWE. That's really true. Sorry about that. Let's see. Brandon Matthews says, huge loss. On top of badly booked pay-per-view, we also Paige's heel turn coming from miles away. That's true. I think she gets a big pass about this because she made fun of Nikki Bella. Meanwhile, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte will be battling for the Divas title until Bayley drops the NXT Women's title to Eva Marie and joins the main roster. Brandon, I hope you're wrong about that. Fuck you, creative. You've ruined Neville. Kevin Owens being made to look like a cowardly heel obviously shows how it is Triple H and Steph versus Vince and Dunn, of course. And don't worry, we're delusional. Kevin Owens, he's like, yeah, fucking John Cena's a great wrestler, and if you don't know that, you've never tasted his penis to keep a job. Paige Pro, let me see. Fuck you, creative. We read that. Demon Kane is too little, too late. I've never liked Demon Kane, but I'm in the minority on that one. To save us from the bad booking that will take place until Seth Rollins loses the belt. Yeah, there'll be a lot of bad booking. Joe O'Hare says, thought it was a decent Raw. They didn't blow it out of the park, but it was still a win. I'm invested in most of the storylines. They need to end the Ziggler-Rusev feud, though. Yeah, I actually like where they are going with the Kane feud. Probably just me and Jen Brower, but I'm okay with that. And the slow build with Trips and Seth is amazing. I don't know. I don't know because this is a really interesting point. I don't know if I agree with that because a slow build is an adventure. It's a journey, and it's like this happened, then this happened, then this happened, and then this happened. Where the slow build between Triple H and Seth is like, that happens, that still happens, that still happens. Like, it's not a build. It's like, hey guys, we're going to fight one day. Remember that, this is awkward. Like, it's not like Triple H cost him and Seth Rollins fucking questions him. There's not, this is the thing. Different writers write different ways, but this is a very popular style. It's called mapping out. You either get index cards or little boxes, and let's just map out a story. All right, Seth Rollins. Let's fast forward. You got Seth. Well, no, we'll try our best. Seth Rollins is the Shield. Seth Rollins turns on the Shield. Seth Rollins becomes Triple H's buddy. Triple H gets him the title. And that now this is where like the story doesn't continue. Seth Rollins needs Triple H. Triple H kind of just Dana White's him. But that then repeats, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So yeah, they're telling a long story, but the problem is if you actually map it out, they've been stuck on this scene or these two blocks. I don't know. Work with me. They've been stuck on that scene and that block for a really long time. And sometimes that happens in a story, you know, and sometimes, but it's not a good quality. It's, you know, it's more of, instead of telling a long story, they are dragging a story along so that it ends on a certain page number or a certain date. A lot of times in novels or movies, they'll be like, oh, well, the middle just dragged on for no fucking reason. Well, that's because they have to fill up so many pages. They have to fill up so many minutes on the TV screen, you know, on the movie screen. Well, WWE, they're like, well, we want to give this match at a big event. So instead of telling a long build story where they keep getting, you know, revenge on each other or, you know, it moves the chapter along, they are stuck here just telling the same story. I mean, it's, hey, are you going to help me? I'd like to help you, but I'm Dana White. Hey, are you going to help me? I'd like to help you. Whoa. Okay. You know, and that's where just because a story's long doesn't mean it's good. And I think where they have a problem with is they don't have good storytellers continuing it. There's no side missions. There's no plots. There's just, hey, are you going to help me? No, not really. Are you going to help me? No, not really. All right, well, you know, what are we on? The 6th chapter of the same exact thing happening? So I do agree that it's a good storyline. I do agree it's a long storyline, but right now it's just a long because they can't give that away on free television, allegedly. So they have to give it away at a big event for $9.99. So, yeah, I agree it's a slow build, and I agree that it's the best thing they got going. But I don't know if it's amazing. Amazing would be like the story just keeps building. There's a block, 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 and you don't repeat the blocks. Right now, it's kind of like, we're going to fight, but not until March 22nd, so I'll see you then. Oh, we're not The Rock? Oh, you have to actually show up? Let's do the same thing every week. All right, that's a long story. And not everything's a long story. But I understand. I agree and also disagree with you. So hopefully you still love me. The Paige promo was good, and it reminded me of some good promos of old. Wrestling fans since the 2004-ish, but like the older stuff better. All right. Side note. On Periscope, prior to Raw, Tom Phillips called Cesaro by his real name, and Cesaro got pissed and responded briskly with one word, kayfabe. I was really happy to see that kayfabe isn't dead. Everyone really enjoyed seeing someone care about protecting the business. What are your thoughts on the death of kayfabe and the workers who lost respect of it? It's so weird. This is a huge topic. Maybe I should make this its own video, but let me copy and paste your comment, and I'm going to make this a separate video. But let me speak from the heart. You did leave it on this one. They have a kayfabe problem, and it's not just wrestlers not respecting kayfabe and people not respecting kayfabe. It's they use kayfabe as a way to hide their weaknesses. And they like, when Triple H wants to get over, he'll break kayfabe. But when Triple H is doing a real interview, he tries to be kayfabe. Like, it's weird. A lot of people can learn from David Copperfield. A lot of people can learn from really high up there magicians. Where they don't break kayfabe during the show, but afterwards, they break kayfabe. I don't think you can protect kayfabe because you want them to be like actors in movies. Not you, but Vince McMahon wants them to be actors and movie stars. And Mel Gibson isn't going around saying he's fucking Braveheart. But at the same time, they're not protecting kayfabe on their own goddamn TV show. Like, I think if you want to protect kayfabe, protect it on your TV show. But I think kayfabe has become like this all-ending shield. It's like, well, the fans don't like what I feel like because kayfabe, back in the day, kayfabe. And here's the thing. I'm old, and there's people older than me. Not many, but a few. We all fucking knew wrestling was fake. There wasn't anyone that didn't fucking know it was fake, but we respected it. The same thing, go watch a really high-level magician. Yeah, you let yourself go. Same thing with a good movie. Just recently I watched Ant-Man. You let yourself go. No one in Ant-Man goes, this is fake, right? Yeah, it's the girl from Lost. She's really not the Wasp. They're not really shrinking at special effects, right? No one does that because you let yourself go. The problem is WWE doesn't let yourself go. They're like, oh, get it? Here's a shoot. And I'm not saying shoot fade, but I'm like, oh, my friend Mark, I'm cool, right? Because it's cool to make fun of internet fans and it's cool to make fun of wrestling fans. I'm talking like, when they're in trouble and they want to be cool, especially Triple H, he'll break kayfabe no matter what. And then, he'll go on an interview and be like, no, it's real. It's just magic, entertainment, television. They have kayfabe, and they handle it perfectly. I don't think it's the fact that kayfabe is dead. I think it's they don't know how to use kayfabe. No magician... they give you a warning. Really good magicians give you warnings and all that. But still, you let yourself go. You want to believe, And no one magician's like, you fucking idiot, there's mirrors. I didn't disappear, you fucking morons. But wrestlers do that, especially at the indie level. They'll be like, oh my god, the fucking fans, they're not reacting the way I want them to react. I know, I'll break kayfabe. I think you have to take pride in what you do, but at the end of the day, you have to know the secret is out. David Copperfield's not like, oh, I know, I really moved the fucking Statue of Liberty. No, because he's not a fucking moron. He's just like, no, it's a show. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. I think people think kayfabe is the reason why it's broken. I don't think so. Let me tell you, do you think anyone, and I just keep saying David Copperfield because I think his show's amazing. It has nothing to do. I love magic, and I think pro wrestling magic have a lot in common. When it's done really, really good, it's amazing entertainment. When it's done horribly, you want to fucking stab yourself in the goddamn heart. So you can learn from magic. David Copperfield doesn't go around and be like, magic is fucking real, woo! Because he'd be like, no, I'd be fucking retarded. But at the same time, if someone, wrestling fans are a little rowdy with most, but if someone goes, David Copperfield, you fucking suck, he's not going to be like, well, yeah, it's not, I don't know, I just find it to be weird. That's not a good example. But a good example would be like, when someone doesn't like it, or someone not even that, because even in wrestling, if you like it, you're like, oh man, Kevin Owens, I fucking love you, go beat up John Cena. He's like, you fucking idiot, it's not real, John's a great guy. Thanks. Appreciate it, Kevin Owens. No one fucking does that in the magic world. No one does that in the entertainment world. No one does that. I don't think kayfabe's the problem. I think not knowing how to handle kayfabe is the problem. It's wrestlers, it's pro wrestlers being mentally weak, not knowing what they really are. That's what it is. You'll meet an indie guy and he's going to be like, I'm in the business, I'm an athlete. And you're like, really? You don't know shit. Dude, you've been an indie wrestler for 2 weeks. You were on my show last week and now you went to school. You're only 10 grand in the hole. How do you know more than me? Well, you don't know what it's like. All right, sure. It's just they have a kayfabe problem, and I think it's because they're mentally weak. They have to fucking be like, oh, fucking MMA, oh, this and that. No, just have pride in what you do. And put on the best show you can. And don't hide behind kayfabe. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like, you know what it is? It's the ultimate troll. We'll get trolls every now and then, and sometimes I'm bored. I'll fucking argue with a troll. But the thing is, when you get a troll who like lets down his guard a little bit and realizes he loses, he's like, "Oh, it's just YouTube. It's not that big a deal. It's just YouTube. Why are you taking it so seriously?" And that's what WWE is. When you call them out on their shit, they're like, "Oh, it's kayfabe. They're fucking sport entertainment." Blah, 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 blah. Look at John Cena in his interviews. Like example, there's a let's take 2 John Cena interviews. Let's just pick out John Cena. John Cena breaking kayfabe the right way. John Cena breaking kayfabe the wrong way. So we're gonna compliment John Cena, and then we're gonna fucking throw him under the bus. Let's compliment him first because he doesn't get many compliments from us. He goes on Jimmy Kimmel and does a Rusev promo going to WrestleMania. He's smiling, he's having a good time, he's not insulting wrestling, but at the same time, he's so over the top that everyone in the Jimmy Kimmel audience loves him, and including Jimmy Kimmel. He's kind of like, I'm not making fun of pro wrestling, but, I'm just so over the top of what I'm doing that it's funny, it's cute, it's I gotta check out John Cena. He's like, I'm doing it for America. He's so over the top. Great way to break kayfabe. John Cena, good job. How not to break kayfabe? Oh, fucking, I forget what the question was, but he's like, "Oh, I usually don't watch pro wrestling because it's for little kids." It's like, no, it's not. The demographics show that it's not. Shut the fuck up, John. You can't be like, "I love pro wrestling." So like, it's just that. It's the fact that they're embarrassed of what they do. Even John Cena. They're embarrassed in what they do, and they use kayfabe as an excuse. No. People knew it wasn't real. People always knew it wasn't real. It's just, they don't care. Like in Japan, we know 99% of Japanese people know pro wrestling isn't real. Like even the kids. But there's an art form. It's respectful. It's, wow, look at this. It's amazing. Look what they can do. They tell a story. No problem. It's the, same thing with stunt shows. But the problem is WWE and a lot of American pro wrestlers are mentally weak and don't take pride in pro wrestling. And then they use kayfabe as an excuse. Think about it. If kayfabe was real and the internet destroyed it, how is magic still around? How is television shows still around? How are stunt shows still around? You could still know it's not real and enjoy it. But here's the problem. Most actors take pride in what they do. Most magicians take pride in what they do. Pro wrestlers don't. They don't want to take pride in it because they can fucking use the kayfabe switch. Well, fans don't like me. Back in the day, in the 70s, they would have loved me. And it's just like, no form of entertainment thinks like that. No musician goes, if I was around during Elvis's time, I'd have been great. Oh, yeah. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I could have been rule of the world if I had a fucking 240 golf machine gun during caveman days. I would have been fucking, you'd be reading fucking the Bible and be like, Koco, the thunder of God, fucking ruled, and everything is called Koco, and fucking, for some reason, bad pro wrestling is banned. It's the first commandment. Yeah, you think about it. You have one automatic weapon. Go back to caveman days. You fucking rule the world. But hey, dude, life's not fair. There's no time machines. You're not taking it back at 240 golf to caveman days. You live in the time now. Oh, it's because of the internet. It's because of kayfabe. Maybe if the more people that know about your product and they're not having a good reaction to it, maybe your product's not that good. Go to a magic show, go to a stunt show, go to a movie, and when people leave, have a clipboard. Because you can't ask random strangers questions without a clipboard. But you have a clipboard, you're safe. Pretend this is a clipboard and not a dry-mark comic book. But you go to get a clipboard, you can ask strangers anything with a clipboard. Trust me, I used to work in media. I'd be like, "Hey, do you know the Avengers are not real?" They're gonna be like, "Yeah." Does that disappoint you? Get the fuck away from me. I don't even give a fuck if you have a clipboard. It's just, they have an excuse. Like, here's an example. I'm fat, and I'm out of shape, and I'm not living a healthy lifestyle. but I have an excuse. And once you have an excuse, it's kind of like, all right, I have my excuse. I'm good for being fat. I'm good for being fucking and not healthy. And my excuse is I broke my neck, my back, my shoulder. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fat, but you know what? I broke my body, and that's my excuse. And now some people are like, it's a good enough excuse. If you go on Facebook, they're like, what? Broken neck, broken back. Look at this. I'm fucking doing it. Why can't you? Okay, pump your brakes, Facebook. But once you have an excuse, you can fucking use it as a crutch, no matter how legit or how not legit the excuse is. Kayfabe is their crutch. It's their crutch. I think Joe O'Hara, you're a stand-up comedian. It's the crutch of the audience isn't smart. The audience is too smart. The audience is too critical. It's as a stand-up comedian, it's just an excuse. It's you lost. You lost that demographic. You lost. But they have their crutch, and their crutch is, well, back in kayfabe, this would have worked. No, people evolve. Music evolves. Comedy evolves. Everything evolves. Wrestling doesn't want to evolve, and they have their excuse. They have their crutch. The same reason I don't fucking run, because my fucking knees are shot, my back is shot. It's an excuse. Kayfabe is their broken back. They just use it as an excuse. Let's see. Rennie Som says, Mark Burnett, the guy who does production for Lucha Underground, said yes. He also does Celebrity Apprentice with former Donald Trump, Survivor, The Voice, Shark Tank, and You Are Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. That's a weird thing. I don't even know. I know Shark Tank. I gotta watch more TV. Has won an Emmy for The Voice yesterday. The Voice. Which one is The Voice? I don't know. It sounds like I might have heard of that. So good for him. He has also said his production company, United Artists Media Groups, is working on season 2 of Lucha Underground and promises a higher quality cinematographic style to the first season. Real excited about that, Dave. Me too. This is just such good news. I'm a big fan of Lucha Underground. LB Clash of Kings says it was probably Kevin Dunn. So if Vince stepped down or passed away, what happens to Kevin Dunn's position in the company? I think without a doubt he gets fired. I think Triple H sends him on his way. I think he knows that. I mean, let me put it this way. If Kevin Dunn doesn't get fired and nothing changes, I'm done watching WWE. I'm done. It's like we've survived this way too long. Do you think he'll sleep with Linda McMahon or is definitely to keep his mission in the company? Probably anything. Like, shit like that fucking matters. It really, really fucking matters. Nathan Brown says, thanks for the review. No problem. Thanks for leaving a comment. I walked out when Orton came out. Oh, it gets worse. If you walked out during Orton, it got a lot worse. Show is a loss because I fast forward through most of the show. Pay-per-view was bad. Tonight was worse. But you predicted Kane would get a title shot this year, so reality to blame, Coco. Yeah, well, it's every time there's a good wrestler who has the title, Kane gets a title shot. It's going to happen. It's just, man, I'm sorry. This is all me. LB Clash of Kings. I see Jericho is doing anything to keep his job in WWE. Yeah, it's just sad. Everyone is. That's what happens when you have a monopoly. You just have to kiss ass. Do you think if there was another company in town, a legit company, or they could still wrestle at 100%, they would be kissing ass to John Cena? I mean, look at Stone Cold. I like John Cena. Look at Bret Hart. I like John Cena, but everything they describe is John Cena. Bret Hart is the best at it. So, yeah, John Cena's a good guy. I hate people that can't throw punches, talk too loud in the ring, wear shorts, wear different color shirts, come out, and there's just a marketing tool. I hate John Cena, but he's a good guy. Thanks, Bret. Keep that Legends contract money keep coming in. Dennison says, some people probably thought it was corny, but I must admit I was laughing my ass off when it came to Seth under the ring. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, if it brings you joy, sometimes though, sometimes that Vince McMahon humor gets me. I mean, if it brings you joy, then good. I don't want to ruin your joy. Dun 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 dun. That's his job. Dennison says, I'm nervous about Paige's pipe bomb. I think you're going to forget about it. Although it was refreshing, she did mention the Hellas getting the belt back. Of course. You can't fucking talk too much shit. You just can't. You can't. Like, think about it. If it was a real pipe bomb, they would have mentioned how they got the job at FCW catalog. They would have mentioned their after-school activities for extra money in the catalog. They would have mentioned how they quit. They would have mentioned how they came back and who they're dating and how they fucking. They would have mentioned all that shit. But saying, oh, it's because of who she slept with. Like, oh, yeah, that's a pipe bomb. That's a pipe. I would have brought the catalog out. I would have brought Tony Atlas out. But I ain't doing that. Kevin Owens has now joined the Cena Kiss My Ass Club with Bully Ray and Stone Cold. You were the chosen one! Yeah. It's just sad. Because, like, let's say, first off, there's two things that are sad about this. Let's say they're absolutely telling the truth. Well, okay, that's great that they think John Cena's a great guy. How come if you don't say that, you're punished? So if you say John Cena's a horrible person, you get punished. But if you say John Cena's a great guy and you're telling the truth, it doesn't matter. Because those that disagree get. And the second thing is, what benefit does Kevin Owens get out of this? Oh, John Cena's a great guy. You're delusional. It's like, all right, you're a guy trying to get cheap heat as a heel versus a face no one likes. Wow. Why don't you just come in, kick my dog, fuck my wife, and then fuck my lasagna? Too late. John Cena's already beat you to it. It's like, I gotta be a bigger heel than John Cena. How do you become a bigger heel than John Cena? I know. Let's tweet that John Cena's a great guy and people are delusional. That will work. No, it won't, because now you're not a hero. You're just a piece of shit with Cena's fucking balls in your mouth, and you're still not gonna win. Wow. You worked us. Great. Some people thought, oh, Kevin Owens, oh, I couldn't stand Ric Flair coming out to start getting all emotional. Then they're meant to be trying to make the women look strong and powerful. I'm okay with that. I understand your point, but, you know, Ric Flair was always an emotional guy. I don't know. I think it just felt like feelings towards Charlotte and Flair, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, you know, because the one thing the women have, that's an accurate statement. The one thing the women have, not the divas, not the bitches, not the whores, but the women wrestlers, one thing they have going for them is they're emotional. And it's good. It's good when they almost come to tears because they won the title. It's good that they're fucking excited and happy because they have pride in what they do and it's important to them. I'm okay with that. I really am. I don't know, maybe it's because of my old age, but when someone cares so much about something that they break down and cry, I just, all right, I'm on board. I'm listening to what's going to happen. Let's see what happens. It's important to them, you know, and I don't know. I don't think a woman athlete or an athlete in general breaking down crying because they followed their dreams. I don't see that as being weak. You know, maybe younger me would have saw it being weak, but no, it's a great moment. You know, you did it. You know what I mean? And not only that, but it also, there's like, you did it, but you didn't. I don't know. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them showing personality. That's me, but I can see some people being like, oh, it looks weak. And Charlotte starts with tears, speaking him great way to make women look tougher and stronger. I don't know. I think people, I don't know. I guess it's an age thing. Because, like, I didn't cry for a long time in my life. And I don't really cry at sad things. And I don't really cry at angry things. But, like, if something's really good, like, you know, no, you get all teary-eyed. Because, and maybe it's because of my old age, or maybe it's because I'm close to death. But no, you know, like my daughter got into the best school in Tokyo. It's a private school. It's one of the best schools that's hard to get into. And, you know, we went to a graduation, and she was just so great, cried. And no, I'm okay with that. Maybe I'm just old and soft. But, you know. So, do they think it makes her look tough? Maybe not, but it's emotional. It makes the title seem important. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you on this one. Oh, no, it's all for the little girls say, Mommy, I want to do that, Charlotte. Doing the makeup. Fuck, it's not a Saturday morning kids show. Yeah, but, I mean, people cry. I mean, the athletes cry. I mean, look at Mike Tyson. I don't know if you know this about Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson's one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, and he cried before every fight. You know, he just, what if I lose? An emotional breakdown. I don't know. I don't think crying makes you weak. Now, if you cry over fucking crazy shit, and I don't know, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I didn't cry majority of my fucking life. I'll tell my son to suck it the fuck up in a heartbeat. Like the other day, I don't know if I should be telling this, but Kid Cheese went like Mach 1 into like this metal casing, like, you know, frozen foods, and it was like just a metal wall. And for some reason, Kid Cheese thought it was a good idea to go Mach 1 into this frozen thing. It's horrible. I shouldn't be laughing. Like, it's just one of those things, as a dad, you sit back and you watch and you're like, how did that happen? There's like frozen foods, it's like metal wall, and here comes Kid Cheese, and he's like, Dad! Boom! Just into it, and it like echoed throughout the store. I mean, he took it out like he was a linebacker, and the first thing I said is, dude, don't cry, bitch. Man up. So, I don't know. But if a good thing happens and he cries, fucking let it happen. But if he goes Mach 1 to a metal wall, bitch, you got to man the fuck up about that one. LB Clash King, where the fuck is Wrestling Renton? Didn't you tell him he already renewed his contract for another 6 months? No, I tried to sweet talk him. I love Wrestling Renton, but he can only show up. So the deal we have with Wrestling Renton is if Brock Lesnar shows up on Raw or a pay-per-view, then he will show up here. He has his own channel. You can check it out, Wrestling Renton. But yeah, I know Wrestling Renton's one of the, you know, more lovable, likable co-hosts, and I really like him. If I had money, I'd probably pay him to be on every week. But spoiler, I don't make much money doing this. Yeah, he has his own channel, and the deal we have worked out is if Brock Lesnar shows up, he shows up, because you can't do it every week. And the funny thing is, Big Show called out Brock Lesnar, and I was like, does that count? So, but yeah, hopefully we get to see more wrestling. You need to tell him I've renewed his contract for another 6 months. But then again, you know, we'll just count this off and count this as his off day with pay. All right, we'll count it off as an off day with pay. But yeah, if you want to check out Wrestling Renton, it's with 3 S's, and he does short 10-minute videos with pictures and video clips and all that. But a lot of times he comes on the podcast. He's a really great guy, and you know, there's. You know, T-Sean, Raw, Boom Boom, LK, Wrestling Reviews, Geek Essentials. We're trying to build up a team. And we have this secret project that we're working on, but I just want to give you an update. I'm failing miserably at the secret project. Right now I have a Japanese credit card, and I'm trying to pay for the secret project, but the American company and the Japanese credit card are button heads. So, I'm failing. Secret project update! Da-da-da! Koco is failing. Back to you, Koco. Thank you. I am Mikey. Old school. What's up? I am Mikey. Koco, what's up, amigo? Nothing much. Just answering a couple questions. Thinking about ending it pretty soon because I'm getting hungry for pizza. I might give myself a drink here. Salute to still putting out content with a busy life. Yeah. Well, when I first started the channel, I was really sick. It couldn't work a lot of stuff. So I started a YouTube channel because I'm not a Bella. I have to be doing something. And yeah, I was really sick, so all I had was the YouTube channel, and you know, it was cool because, you know, besides going to doctors, I got to talk about something I was really passionate about. But now that I'm getting healthier, and I'm not 100%, and I appreciate all the kind words on social media. I'm not 100%, but I'm healthier, so I started going back to jobs that I really love. I owned. Now I'm a founder. I don't run the day-to-day of my business anymore because of health reasons. And if I get really sick, I don't want my employees or friends and family to suffer. So a lot of companies I'm just a founder of. I'm like Jeff Jarrett. But now that I'm healthier, I got a book coming out. I work behind the scenes on television and media company. So little by little, and I hope that I can become successful and healthy without walking away from YouTube too much. And I never want to ask you guys for money if it's not an actual product, because I know on Facebook and Google you you guys are like, you guys should start a Kickstarter, or what is it when you ask for money for certain videos? I just think that's wrong. I think it's a wrong way of going about business. I'm okay with ads. I'm even okay with product placement if it's honest, and I'm okay with selling T-shirts to you, or pitching my book hard when I was about to say if. When my book comes out, I'll pitch it hard to you. But I don't think I could ask you just for donations. But with that said, if I get healthier, and for some reason my video is really choppy. I hope it's not choppy on your end. Let's see. Let's move back. It has been pretty clear that the E is starting to take programs from the alternative and mix it in with terrible booking logic and continue to produce. Yeah, same thing with TNA and ROH. I agree with that. ROH double champion fiasco with Lethal being used as main draw to build Seth as a strong, credible champion with his double win. Laugh my ass off like the core pro wrestling fan wouldn't catch on. And of course, the ass backwards booking me over fuckboy Cena again. Why the fuck does Rollins, you're the world champion, lose clean to Cena in every match? Because John Cena never loses. This world is about making John Cena happy. Kane has to retire at Hell in a Cell. That would be pretty nice. I don't know. I hate Kane and Big Show, but I'd love to see these guys that show up on television way too much have a nice send-off. I thought Big Show winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal the first year, he didn't win it the first year, but if I booked, he would have won it the first year. I thought that would have been a good, nice little send-off. Same thing with Kane, Hell in a Cell. That would be a nice little send-off for him. But yeah, I think a lot of these guys just need to retire. Also, Sting versus Taker has to go down legit. Sting has proven so much. They need to let the icon get his final shine. I don't think it's going to happen. The reason I don't think it's going to happen is Sting got hurt, and I don't know how bad the injury is. And Undertaker, it's two old guys that need to be carried. And are they going to carry each other? Right now you have Sting and Undertaker. I imagine, this is just me imagining them going, oh man, I don't know if I can still wrestle. Let me fight a CM Punk. Let me fight a Brock Lesnar. Let me fight someone that can carry me. Well, if you have two old guys going, I hope the other guy can carry me, and I hope I can still do it, that might be a train wreck. But if you slow it down, hide the weaknesses, make it a show, I think there's so many people that want to see that match, even if it didn't live up to the hype. Let's say it was a nice, safe match. Nothing bad happened. I think enough people would be happy with that. So I don't know if it's ever going to happen. And plus, I don't really know the update on Sting. So yeah, there you go. Boom. And fine. Okay, there we go. Rinny Sum says, women who seem to be confirmed for season 2. All right, let's see. Sexy Star, Black Lotus, and Release. I'm glad Sexy Star and Release are there. Katrina, Cheerleader Melissa. I like Cheerleader Melissa. Ring announcer, Melissa Santos. I think she's one of the best ring announcers in the business. She doesn't go in business for herself. And Melina, I don't know. I've never felt Melina. But yeah, Sexy Star, Release, Cheerleader Melissa. That's all awesome. Women, heavenly rumors are serious. Might be for season 2. Victoria, a.k.a. Tara. That'd be cool. Tori Wilson. Don't give a shit. Mickey James. I kind of don't give a shit. Mia Yim. If it's indie Mia Yim, I'm on board. If it's TNA Mia Yim, yeah, we're good. We're good. Marty Bell and all that. All right. If someone, Frenielli, real quick, because you're on Facebook. My end, it's choppy. Is it choppy on your end? Because if it's choppy, maybe I'll just do a Stump the Idiot later. But there you go. Let's see. Marty Bell. I don't know much about Marty Bell. Santana Garrett. Lufisto. Lufisto, I like Lufisto, but oh my God, Rob really loves Lufisto. And he loves Lucha Underground a lot, so that would be good. Sherry Martinez. Katrina Waters, a.k.a. Winter, Nicole Matthews, Cherry Bomb, Scarlett, and Madison Eagles. Some of these girls I don't know. Some of them I do know. Some of them I want to know a little better. Indy Mia Yim, Victoria, Lufisto, and Cherry Bomb interest me the most of that list. And I hope they get some Japanese talent in there. Kana would be awesome on that list, but she's off to NXT this week. LB Clash of Kings. Do you know both Cena and Nikki are whores, so they kind of are made for each other? Because we all know Cena has to be fucking Vince or Kevin Dunn or Stephanie or heck, maybe all three. And that might explain why he don't want to marry her or give Nikki Bella kids. That's a huge possibility. That is a huge possibility. Lennox Waterson says, I thought Joseph Parks was awesome. So Kane becoming awesome is okay with me. All right. And is it so bad that Kane rips off Abyss at the end of his career when Abyss ripped off Kane in the beginning of his career? I thought, yeah, but I thought Abyss ripped off more Mankind than Kane. But yeah, it's like the circle of life wrestling. Either with Kane versus Abyss in a dream match, and now so is Corporate Kane versus Joseph Parks. Yeah, Kane and Abyss in their prime would be amazing. I thought Abyss at one time was the best big man in the business. But Kane versus Abyss now, that's just a fucking train wreck, bro. Corporate Kane versus Joseph Parks, though. You know what? I would be split right down the middle. There would be critic, pro wrestling, super fan that would despise it, and then there would be nerdy, funny guy laughing his ass off. I would have it. My head would explode because I'd be like, "This is so fucking stupid. What the fuck, two guys? This is unfucking believable. This ain't the pro wrestling I grew up with." And then the other part of me would be like, "Ha ha ha ha! This is the greatest thing my eyes have ever seen." So I'd be split right down the middle on that one. Rumi Sum says, Dave, is there anybody from New Japan you'd like to see in Lucha Underground? Give me a couple names. Nakamura, I think, would get over big time. Okada, but I'd like to see Okada anywhere. You know, I love him, but I also hate him. Tanahashi. The big names I would go with. I would like, this is just me, I don't think the matches would be good. But I would like to see it for, you know, I guess for legendary reasons, but I'd love to see Blue Demon Jr. versus Tiger Mask and Liger, not together, but, you know, those type matchups. And I don't think the matches would be good, but I think it would be memorable, historic, you know, and a history that the announce team could go over. So I don't want to see the in-ring ability, but I don't know. I don't think it would be a good match, but I think, you know, you get legendary masked guys going against legendary masked guys with English commentary on a big stage like Lucha Underground. I think that would be very, very interesting. I don't think the matches would be good, I assure you that, but I think there would be enough history and intrigue to want it to be seen. So I'd like to see those match up. Ibushi could be a hell of a main eventer. Yeah, so there you go. There's some names. Let me see. Let me pull up the New Japan roster. This is a good question, and I don't want to forget anybody. New Japan roster. Okay, I said New Japan solder, because I cannot fucking write New Japan roster. Boop, boop, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba. You got AJ Styles, but I don't know if that will work out. All right, well, what is this? Put the Gaijin up front. Adam Cole, not really. I don't have no interest in seeing him, and I'm not an Adam Cole hater. I just don't think Alex Shelley would be amazing. Ibushi would be amazing. Ishii wouldn't be bad. I could see Ishii. Imagine Ishii and the Champ are going at it. That'd be kind of cool. Okada, of course. I don't know. The Machine Gun Cole Anderson, I want him to do good, but every time I see him outside of New Japan, I'm kind of like, maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. Like, I really, because to me, I think he's like, of this era. Obviously, he's not the original, but as of the roster right now, it kind of has a feeling that Machine Gun Carl Anderson is like the original Gaijin of this era. Kenny Omega, rest in peace, doesn't exist. Let's see. Kojima, maybe for a one-time deal, but I don't see. I would love to see Shelton Benjamin. I'd just love to see him motivated. Mask Sakuraba, the match would be horrible, but once again, you got legendary people. You got Jeff Jarrett. New Japan has Jeff Jarrett on the roster. What the fuck is wrong with you? Liger, just for... It's a Liger and Tiger Mask just for that. Tanaka, I thought if he's healthy, he would have a great hardcore style match. Tanahashi, Tonga. I wonder, but like a repackaged Tonga. Maybe not a repackaged look, but a repackaged storyline with Tonga. I could see the Lucha Underground guys taking Tonga to a whole new level. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Naito wouldn't be bad. Naito is perfect, actually. I'm a fucking idiot. Minus 1,000 fucking points for me. Nakamura is just fucking amazing right now. He's at a different level. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Bushi, and I feel guilty for not being a big fan of Bushi. Like, I feel like I should be a fan of Bushi, but I don't hate him, so I don't know. I'm not putting him on there. Young Bucks would be interesting, but I don't know if they would blend in, because the Young Bucks have that live, anything could happen type of attitude. I don't know if they can do that. Elgin, I always bet against Elgin, but Elgin always delivers. Matt Sydal, maybe. Yeah, I think that's it. There you go. So there's my thoughts about the New Japan guys. And you got a lot of Dragon Gate guys. I would like to see a Dragon Gate guy. Yamato. But one guy that I'd really love to see, just to see what they did, Dragon Kid. I'd love to see what they do with Dragon Kid. So there you go. I hope you guys are getting this, because my side is choppy as balls. All right, let's see. Hopefully, I don't know. I apologize if you're not getting this. Let's Rennie Sum. Oh, where is that? Lennox Wooderson. I think Cena had to win the U.S. title because without it, he only has two options: fight for the world title or fight the Wyatts with Roman and Dean. Yeah. Well, not only that, but like, if there wasn't a rematch tonight and Kane didn't do that, you can be like, well, he can go do his own thing. But then he always picks the best wrestler, so it's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not a fan of John Cena. Breaking news: Dave Koco is not a fan of John Cena. With the U.S. title, Cena will open challenge and be praised. Yeah. All right, let's refresh. Hopefully, you guys will tell me if it's choppy or not. 20-2. Not too bad. Let's see. Is there any comments here about it being choppy? Noticed first. You need mic skills to cut a pipe bomb. Paige has. Okay. I don't see anything about saying it's choppy, so maybe it's not. All right. Let's see. He's talking about Patreon. All right, let's go through some live comments. This will be the last run of live comments, and we'll go, because my computer's really choppy, and I'm worried about if it's affecting the broadcast. Let's see. Is it choppy for you? Here, I'll ask you guys that are on Facebook so they can give me a direct message. Because if it's choppy, then I'll feel foolish answering your comments, because then I'm talking to myself, and it'll be like back when I first started on YouTube. Refreshing all the way. 21-2. Not too bad. Appreciate it. All right, let's rack up these comments, and then we'll wrap this a lot. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Rennie Sum says, I bet you, Dave, that most TNA wrestlers and staff are now lining up to join Lucha Underground now that it's renewed. Yeah, especially with TNA being on shaky ground. I hope Mr. Lucha only allows certain TNA people who are worthy of joining the temple. You agree? Yeah. The thing is, Lucha Underground, New Japan, Ring of Honor, they have something that TNA doesn't have. And I don't mean to knock TNA. They know what they are. Where TNA is like, we'll take anybody, and we're trying to be, like, WWE tries to be everything. And TNA tries to out WWE. Where Lucha Underground's like, no, we know our vision. Chikara knows their vision. New Japan knows their vision. Dragon Gate knows their vision. I think if Lucha Underground just accepts anyone without it being a part of their vision, I think it would hurt the product. But yeah, I agree. Only certain TNA people should go in. I don't think if they shouldn't be just a bum rush of signing TNA guys. Yeah, just know what you are and keep being who you are. Lennox Wooderson, that was pretty fucking deep. Lennox Wooderson, who isn't booked like a bitch besides Cena? All right, so he's answering a question. Bro Strowman, give it time. Roman Reigns, he'll never be booked as bad as Dean. Whoever's facing Cena at Mania, got to keep them strong for Cena's cost ceiling. Yeah, that's a very short list. Lennox Wooderson, but thank you for answering my question. Lennox Wooderson, what do you think or the chances TNA get a new deal after December. I kind of, there's so much bad information out there, and there's so many TNA fans that it's double-edged. There's so many people that are saying they're going to go out of business no matter what, and there's so many people that are just TNA blind supporters. I don't see the writing on the wall, where I know this is going to sound horrible. I don't give a shit that much. Like, I don't. I think they are in real big trouble, and I will think they're in big trouble until Dixie announces something official. And until then, I'm like, hey, no, they're in trouble. I've seen this play out plenty of times. But Dixie has survived, you know, so give her time, and hopefully she survives again. I think Dixie has so much pride that even if they don't get a television deal, she'll pay to be somewhere. I think she is a crazy, obsessed woman with money, and that could be a good thing if you absolutely love TNA. You know, they obviously don't have to make profits, which, you know, who the fuck doesn't want to run a business that doesn't need to make profits? I don't know. I honestly don't know, and I'm under the impression of like, oh, just wait and see. Just wait and see. If I was Dixie Carter, though, I would be opening up a lot more than she is, not just to Sports Illustrated. I would be opening up every day, giving updates of what's happening, because I think there are fans that are on the fence watching TNA that's like, well, if they're not going to be around, I'm going to stop watching. I got shit to do. I think you have to let more out of the bag. Like, even if it's we're shopping it around, or hey, we got, like, you don't have to drop too much stuff, but drop enough that gives us hope. Don't just ignore it or call other people liars, because I don't think that's how you should run a company. Like, if I was part of TNA and I was like, hey, are we going to be around after December or September? And like, yeah, don't believe the lies. Like, that's not really too reassuring. So I don't know if they'll get a new TV deal. I think they have a way better shot than Ring of Honor, and they have a better shot than a lot of people are giving them chances to, because Dixie Carter is very wealthy, and she doesn't need to make a profit, and that's not a good thing if you're a TNA wrestler, but it's a great thing if you're a TNA loyalist. Power play. Has there ever been a time where every pro wrestling promotion was horrible at the same time, like a dark age of wrestling? In my opinion, and everyone has different opinions, I think it was right after the invasion angle, because the internet wasn't as happening, and there really wasn't anything. It was just John Cena, Dave Bautista, Randy Orton. The internet was nowhere near as strong as it is today. Independents were so small compared to some of the bigger independents today. I think it was a dark age of wrestling because you were stuck to watch Orton, Batista, and all that, and like there was other options, but it wasn't like it was easy today. You know, it's not like, oh wow, I can see anything if I really try. I mean, yeah, you had internet, and you had pirating and tape trading, but it wasn't the same. Plus, during that time, Japan went in a real low wrestling boom. Lucha wasn't as accessible as it is today. So I think that was the dark age of wrestling for me as a fan. ECW went under, and WWE went under, and like the internet just, it wasn't as popular. It just wasn't as popular as it is now. You know, like now, there's Monday Night Raw reviews. There's probably like 27 of them going on right now. It's popularity online is really increased. And not only do you have access to everything, either pirating, and not even pirating, but you can get it legally, you know, for $9.99 yen, which comes out to like $8. You can get New Japan Worlds. WWE, you can check out all their old stuff, or most of their old stuff on the network. So, yeah, I would say the dark age of wrestling was right after they stopped mentioning WCW on WWE television. That was a really, really dark age of wrestling. And yeah. So yeah, that's my answer. I don't know if other people have the same answer, but yeah. Rennie Sum says AAA is beginning in more luchadors for season 2. I heard. If you like Sexy Stars Wrestler, Dave, and I know you like this woman wrestlers too. Here are a list of luchadors. All right, the list is up. Let's see. Yep. Trust me, Dave. These women will not disappoint. All right, so I look forward to it. It seems like Lucha Underground 2 is really going to be heavy on women this year, according to Rennie. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. But then they added women that couldn't wrestle that well and hit them really well too. You know, so I just have a lot of faith in Lucha Underground. Just like Flash, Arrow, I have faith in them. And I'm very excited to see where it goes. I just hope a lot of the guys come back. So, you know what? I don't mean to be mean, Rennie, but yeah, a couple big names, a big name from Japan, and more luchadors obviously are good. But as a fan, I'm excited about Lucha Underground no matter what. But I'm more scared of who they lose than who they gain right now. Like, once the season starts, like, I don't know if this is the right way of thinking about it as a Lucha Underground fan, but this is just my honest opinion speaking from the heart here. Once Lucha Underground starts season 2, I'm going to be very concerned of who they lost. Then, once the season goes and I get past that shock, then I'll care so much about who they gain. You know what I mean? Like, so I know, like, I don't know if that's a good way of thinking, but right now I'm more concerned of, oh my God, who are they going to lose? They can't lose this character. They can't lose this. They can't lose that. They can't lose this. So that's my mindset as a Lucha Underground fan. I'm in they can't lose mindset. But once I see who stays and who's going and who, like Prince Puma has to be there. The announce team has to be there. These are just things I think has to happen. Obviously, the champ has to be there. So stuff like that. The sexy star has to be there. The guy, especially all the guys. This is just me, and I apologize if I'm being too picky. But all the guys, remember when they had the season finale and they showed a bunch of clips of what was happening? If you were in one of those clips, you have to be there for season 2. That's what I'm hoping for, and the announce team. That's what I would love, and I hope Prince Puma's there. But yeah, once I know who's there, then I'm excited for who they're adding. But I'd love to see one Japanese star, or more than one. But I'd love to see some Japanese stars make it. Dragon Gate, New Japan. We went over some of that stuff already. Lennox Winters, so I think PipeBomb happened so that she could serve any possible alliances, so she can become the anti-diva and have some kind of character to be relevant in the Divas roster. Without that character, she's pretty much the pale English girl. Very true. It would have been better if it was Sasha, but they focused on Paige, probably to keep the illusion Sasha could win the NXT title and be a permanent fixture on NXT. Sasha will hopefully be featured more on Raw after the match with Bale. Oh, great points, Lennox Wooderson. Thank you. Bryson Mercy said, shout out to Eddie in the Rollins-Cena match. Too bad the Frog Splash had no effect on Super Cena. Cena wins. LOL. Yeah, that upset a lot of people on Twitter. Lennox Wooderson, the way Bully Ray was throwing around Kofi shows the difference in styles that WWE had been teaching the new guys and guys from old school. He strikes and grapples are more impactful, yet seemingly safe. It's almost like he is trying to fight within rules of professional wrestling. All wrestlers should try to come off this way, and I agree. But the Dudleys are at a different level, man. I don't think that. I'm gonna get. I don't know. I always feel bad because I'm a Dudley's super mark, and I've seen the students that the Dudleys produce. The Dudleys Team 3D Academy. I don't know if any of them made it big time yet, but when I was promoting and booking, if you wanted to get booked at one of Koco's promotions, that's not what we called it, but if you wanted to get booked at ACW, TAP, or any of the fucking companies I worked for, and you started off with I was trained by the Dudleys, that was almost automatic. You were getting booked. Very few of the wrestlers that come from the Dudley school is bad, and it's just I don't think the Dudleys get the credit they deserve. I think the Dudleys are really, really good wrestlers. And I think they just get pro wrestling. And I know some people don't love the Dudleys as much as they, probably because Bully Ray's a jackass, but besides Bully Ray being a jackass, they are They are fucking really, really good wrestlers. Bryson Murray says, love how Cesaro drops the Big Show because that makes sense. Yeah. They just sacrifice people that we love for the simple fact of trying to put a... I just don't... Why are we passing that fucking torch, bro? Why are we passing the torch? Lennox Wooderson... Oh, we already read that one. Oh, but back to Lennox Wooderson. The rematch clause in wrestling is killing the booking. It makes too many repeat matches, and WWE doesn't have to create a new story, even any story at all. I agree with that 100%. I don't even recall this being a rule until Triple H needed a reason to get championship matches. LB Clash of King, LOL, Koco at Kane rape jokes. Yeah, there was a lot, dude. There was a lot. It just, what are you doing under there? What is the plan? Like, I know it looks cool, but, you know, where is he going? Is there a tunnel? Is there... I mean... All right, first off, real life, it's awkward as shit. You just pull them inside, like, what do you guys do? Because you got to wait till everyone leaves. You got to wait till the camera's off. Do you have cards down there? Is there a little setup? You know, have the documentary on that. But now, let's go to the kayfabe universe. What are they doing? Did Kane suck them down to hell? Is there a tunnel of fire? What? I don't know. I definitely overthink the Kane dragging him down thing. Or is he just beating the shit out of him? And then if you were beating the shit out of him, would you want to be, you know, what is it? Maybe 3 feet max? Do you want to be like, no, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. Who is this Rob, and how come I never seen him on KocoSports? I don't know. He just shows up from time to time, and people really love him. He's got a witty sense of humor. Before, as I've never been here for a few months listening to reviews, I appreciate it. No, Rob comes on. He's a huge Shield guy, a huge Daniel Bryan guy, and yeah, he's done a lot of reviews. But if he doesn't enjoy it, he just doesn't watch it. So, reboot needed. How many times this year has Super Cena beat Rollins? The numbers are ridiculous. New Japan is starting to say you guys fucking have the same matches too much. The champ getting clean beat numerous times. Other than working an angle for Cena to get it again, what the fuck does it do for anyone else? It just shows that John Cena's amazing. Yeah, it sucks. Lennox Wooderson says the new RTC team would be a PC police kind of team. Oh, I see. Yeah, like the South Park. All right, Lennox Wooderson, I see what you're going there. All right. They would just point out offensive things in WWE characters like Dolph Ziggler shaking his hip on his skirt and Randy Orton's anger problems. Yeah, I just don't know because they're so PC. You know, that would have been. Yeah, I don't know because they'd be making fun. I don't know. I see your point, but I don't think it's as powerful because the police have everything. And when it comes to WWE. They could even do comical things like Russo's chest hair, the Lucha Dragon speaking Spanish being not insensitive to English-speaking people. All right, I could see it working. Cesaro being a Superman is replying to everyone as inferior. New Day being positive and offensive to negative people. Lennox Wooderson there got me, yeah. And Bray Wyatt's outfit not being fit for athletic competition. All right, Zack Ryder would be the mouthpiece. Would have to become really serious. Mojo would also. Okay, I'm gonna go with your phone. Let's try to read that again. Mojo could also. I'm just gonna skip that whole sentence. Also have to become serious to be an enforcer. All right. Would he'll get a push if he does well? Heath Slater and Adam Rose could be a jobber tag team. WWE might as well use the guys. Yeah, they're paying them. I don't know. Yeah, they got to do something fun. Maybe it could work out, like the PC police from the South Park guys. Cool Kid XD. You need mic skills to cut a pipe bomb. Paige has no mic skills. Well, that's a great point. 3 thumbs up. I'm gonna give you a Cool Kid. You're definitely cool. LB Clash of Kings. You got a daughter and you went to a graduation, but how is that possible when you look like you're 29 to 30 years old to me? Coco, get it together. If you're gonna marry me, Eva Marie, because Kana is all mine. I'm very old. What's your secret project as KocoSport fans? We demand you keep telling the secrets. Tell us now. All right, I'm gonna tell you. We own a domain name that we're gonna do. KocoSports is kind of running itself under Jerry, So we are going to make a pro wrestling, an all pro wrestling site that will be community driven. There, you got it from me. The secret plans are out. We were planning on launching this 6 months ago, but stuff went wrong. We plan on launching it by the end of the week, but stuff is going wrong. So that's why we kept it a secret project. So people like LB Clash of Kings can't yell at us and be like, you failed. It's a secret project, and we didn't tell you what it was. We'd be like, our secret project is, we're going to pour ourselves some lemon tea. And you'd be like, wow, you accomplished that. And we're like, fuck yeah, I accomplished that. Who's the big winner? I'm the big winner. But now that you got it out of me, and if we don't make an all pro wrestling site that is community driven, you're going to be like, you fucking failed. And I'm like, I know. I tried to tell you I failed, but you got it out of me, LB Clash of Kings. You got it out of me. So, yeah, we have the logo set up. We are just trying to pay. And the only thing that's stopping us is I have a Japanese credit card, and this American company that we need to pay to launch it is like, we don't take Japanese credit cards. And I'm like, what? No, it's the other way around. Japanese banks don't want it. I don't know. We're trying to give someone money, and international people are like, no, you can't. And then I'm like, oh, that makes me sad. So hopefully we'll have a better update than that. But I didn't want to mention anything until it's actually go. All right, cool. Franielli says the stream is fine. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. Twitter, we're going to refresh. YouTube, we're going to refresh, and I really got to go. We're going to go 8 more minutes, folks. All right, let's see what we got here. 20-2. Son of a bitch, we lost a like. That's because I think they know about us failing now. We're not as cool as we used to be. We lost our street cred. We were 20 in that. All right. So there you go. All right, I don't see any more live comments, and we just lost a like. And fine, we lose a like, then I'm going to go home and cry. Let's see. All right, so please like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net, KOCOSports.net. Also, check out some of our friends, Wrestling Rantin, American a la carte, LK Wrestling Reviews. And there's so many. There's just so many great people. That's why hopefully we can build a community, and you guys can check out all of our friends and family and all that fun stuff. Also, I have a Let's Play channel. I did a really long one I got to put up about what I'd do if I was president. And basically, my Let's Play channel is me playing RBI baseball, just answering topics that you would want that I have to do outside of pro wrestling. And me and my son have a channel called Pumpkin Cheese, where it's just a dad and son do a Let's Play. I got to start putting links down in the doobly-doo. Follow us on Twitter at KocoSports. And hopefully KocoSports.net just keeps improving, so it'll be your #1 stop for combat sports. And hopefully by next week, I will stop failing and launch the secret project. And we have been failing big time. Maybe I shouldn't even mention the secret project. All right, I'm going to refresh one more time. Hopefully I get that like back. Bam! Got 2 likes, baby. Woo! We lost 1, got 2 back. Oh, we got some spam comments. Let's see what the spam comments say. Oh, Lennox Wooderson. Why do they put you in spam? You're not spam. One show without Wrestling Ranting or any co-host, and Dave gives up the secret plans. LOL, it was a good run. Well, I felt peer pressure. But the thing is, I still might fail. So maybe the plans. Let's see, because the reason I didn't want to give up the secret plans is, this is why. If I failed, I could have said anything was the secret plans, and I could have lied to him. But LB, he looked me straight in the eye in the comments and said, tell us, spill the beans. I was like, all right, here's the beans. We're probably going to fail. Here's the failing. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net, Coco Plays, Pumpkin Cheese. I'm going to go eat pizza and play Mario Maker for the rest of the day because I'm an adult. With that, I am over.